If you are trying to get into cybersecurity in South Africa and you are struggling to get a job, this video is definitely for you. Because the problem might not be your effort. It might definitely be your starting point. Welcome to David Technology, where we speak everything tech. So if that is for you, feel free to subscribe, share, like, comment on the video, and you will get more content that is related to that. Now let us get straight on to it. You did your research. You enrolled perhaps in a course. Maybe you even got a certificate. But when you apply for jobs, nothing. That's what you get. No interviews, no feedback. It's just silent. Let me be honest with you. Cybersecurity in South Africa is usually not an entry-level job, as the internet makes it seem. And I know that's not what you want to hear. But this is actually good news. It's actually good news because it means you don't have to give up. Cybersecurity is about protecting systems. But before you start protecting something, you need to fundamentally understand how that thing works. Simple examples. How does the internet work? How do systems talk to each other? Where can things go wrong? That's why companies expect some sort of an experience, some level of experience first. You need to understand the infrastructure. You need to understand perhaps the cloud. You need to understand perhaps the networking, the infrastructure, before you can even level it down to the applications. Here's where many people get stuck, and it's not your fault. Number one, wrong expectations. The internet makes it look like you can go straight into cybersecurity. That is issue number one. Yes, there are some people who are lucky enough to get learnerships, graduate programs where they literally teach them and train them to be cybersecurity analysts. Issue number two, certificates without experience. So you might have something like the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity, but companies still ask, can you actually work with systems? Can you actually do the job? Issue number three, no practical exposure, no labs, no projects, no hands-on experience. So you end up feeling stuck, but actually you just need a better path. So a lot of people, even on their CVs, they don't actually or necessarily specify things the way they're supposed. The structure is not properly set up. Otherwise, if you want to start with cybersecurity, I would say that start with the IT fundamentals. So your first goal is not cybersecurity, but your first goal is to understand IT. Start here. IT support, help desk, basic networking. That's a starting point. Now, step number two, build real skills. Start working with systems. You maybe install Linux, Debian, or Ubuntu, any version of a Linux operating system. Learn basic networking, and definitely do small labs. That is the same thing in software development or software engineering. You would want to have some sort of a profile, a GitHub profile that actually shows or showcases your work, And then number three, move into cybersecurity. So now cybersecurity starts making sense. Now you've mastered all those tools. Now the third step is to now move into cybersecurity. Now there's roles like your SOC analyst, maybe your junior security analyst. You are not behind. You are just one step earlier than you thought. Even in my space, security is built on understanding how systems work. That's why the fundamentals matters so much. So now if you enjoyed this video, be on the lookout for another one. So because I'm going to speak with a cybersecurity expert, somebody who is in the field, somebody who's going to give us tips on how to get into the space, somebody who's going to point us to the right certifications. Which certifications should I start with to begin with? And then after having those certificates, what are the practical things that I can do to showcase that I understand this type of things, and this is exactly what I want to venture into. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that video where we'll be having a talk with the expert. Otherwise, until next time, ciao, ciao.